Welcome back, everybody, to the grand finals of the ACG Southeast Asia Best of the Best, brought to you by eClub, sponsored by NVIDIA. We have got ourselves a best of 3 grand finals to see who's the best Southeast Asian team in this tournament. I say this tournament because it seems every different tournament there's a new Southeast Asian team on top. There's no clear best team in Southeast Asia. We just saw Titan secure 3rd place, but that's 3rd place. That was like a consolation prize. These two teams, Scythe, Singapore, and Rex Regum Kion, or RRQ as I'll be calling them, from Indonesia, will be fighting it out for 1st place, their share of $3,000 US, as well as the title of the best team in the SEA Best of the Best. Doesn't make them the best team in Southeast Asia? Well, I would say no, but hey, there's definitely an argument to be made that this is one of the biggest Southeast Asian online tournaments going on right now, so a lot at stake for these two teams, especially with TI4 coming up, and the importance that there is going to be a Southeast Asian Korean qualifier for these teams to play in. But guys, I've talked it all up. It's our best of 3 grand finals. Big thanks everyone for tuning in, especially those of you who've been taking part from the very beginning. We've got some luck boxes being given away later on stream. We've done a contest on Twitter as well, where you guys could tweet some funny pictures at us. We haven't actually chosen winners yet. I'm going to choose them either in between Game 1 and Game 2, or at the end of the best of 3, depending when there's time, because I have to go through them. I want to do it all on stream so you guys can see. And we'll pick some winners there. We've actually had one winner so far, who was the first guy who actually sent us a picture. But for now, we'll hop ourselves into the draft. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit, and it's time for our grand final here. RRQ versus Scythe Singapore. Let's get things underway here. It is Scythe Singapore over on the Dire side, and Rex Regum Kion on the Radiant side. I was telling LD earlier, RRQ, possibly one of my favorite Southeast Asian teams right now. They pick and play some really cool heroes. Look out for heroes like a Tri-Lane Axe. Look out for the Sniper. The Koala Sniper is a legit thing here. They've been picking and playing a lot of Sniper as of late, and definitely something to look out for here in this series. And then for Scythe, well, it's all about Miracle and his Rat Dota. His Naga Siren, Lycan, the first 2 bans, every ban so far has been targeted at Miracle. Which, hey, why not? Like, that's a perfectly reasonable way to go about the draft, especially the Naga Siren. I would say you hands down ban the Naga Siren against Scythe. Like, that's a no-brainer. And if they've got the first pick, Scythe had first pick. They've also got the last pick. So yeah, you ban at the Lycan as well. Lycan pretty much a must first pick hero. As you guys have noticed, I see you catching up. LD no longer here. LD got a bit scared of all the earthquakes, so he's called in early. He's taken his severance pay and said, "I'm out of here. I'm leaving BTS. I can't deal with this shit anymore. There's too many earthquakes," and he's gone. He's gone. I'll be solo casting this game. I've asked Baseskip to join me for the next game, so hopefully he'll be joining in. But LD's been casting all day. He started at like 9 in the morning, I want to say. I don't know. He started at 9 in the morning. It's like 11 PM now, so he's been casting a lot of Dota today. So he's taking a bit of a break, a breather, but it is time now. We'll get ourselves in the draft to actually talk about what's being picked. I talked about the bans a bit. Scythe banning out Centaur, Invoker, Viper, and Doom, but the picks here, first pick AA, giving Scythe those strong lanes. Combine that with the Nyx Assassin, who can most likely go into the off lane, also occasionally viable mid-hero, support hero. RRQ, they get the Batrider Shadow Shaman to start things off here, so don't want to give away the Shadow Shaman plus AA, pretty strong support duo, especially on the Dire side. Shadow Shaman, that gets an extra strength when he is on the Dire side. And they go into a Chen, so they get themselves a jungler. If Scythe want to, they can pick up an Enchantress, something which Freedom can well play. For those of you who don't know, Freedom, the former Zenith support player, is 00, so he's playing on this current Scythe roster. You've got Miracle, who most people will know from his time in Titan as the Naga Siren King. Managed to turn around like 30k gold deficits into wins. Then you've got Hannah, Chibix, and Pelosin, some former first departure players in Hannah and Pelosin. And Chibix, he's been all around. This guy gets around on the Singaporean teams. Has been represented in a vast number of those Singaporean teams. I even played in one of the old Zenith teams for a very short period of time, I want to say. Like one of their older reincarnations. Never actually going to a TI or playing any big tournaments, but he did play on that team for some time. And Scythe, they decided to go into a Lifestealer, so possibly Miracle's hero. Look, I mean, he's obviously known for playing his split push, his Rat Dota heroes, but sure as hell, this guy's a good player. You put him on a standard carry like a Lifestealer, he can play it just fine, so just means they have to adjust and make sure that they have playmakers in other roles. Like, you need a lot more, like, I guess there's some more reliance going on to your mid hero, whatever that may be, and you can't really run Lifesteal as a one-core hero all too well. To the person asking, HY is not playing. He's actually not on Scythe. That was kind of just a big... I don't know. I don't want to... It was a bit of a gimmick when it was announced. He's not actually on this roster, nor was he ever really on the roster. I think there was some miscommunication between the team and HY, and HY was sort of like a 6-player / potential stand-in, but he is not on Scythe, nor has he really ever been. This has been the main roster for them for the most part, and they've done really well. They to me are one of the standout teams in Southeast Asia. Also fairly consistent, which the same cannot be said for Orange or Titan, I would feel like. I feel like Titan on their best days are better than any team in Southeast Asia, but they don't have their best days all too frequently. Orange, when they play well and they're in good form, it's a similar story. Like, they won the AOC Cup not long ago. Did pretty well there, but since then have been really quiet. They've been losing to everyone. Scythe, RRQ, Arrow, you name it. They've not been doing well this past couple of weeks. So it's really a bit of a roller coaster ride in the Southeast Asian team as far as who's staying on top. And right now there's just no clear answer for that. So RRQ looking to make a case for themselves. They pick up the Luna now as their safe lane farmer, I imagine. It'll be a Shadow Shaman, Luna, Chen lane. You got your Bat Rider for the offlane. If they want to still go for the sniper, they can put a sniper mid. It's never too late for a sniper. I want some more sniper. That would just make me a happy camper. But well, let's get things underway here. Almost complete our draft. Oh, you guys, Twitch chat, keep staying cool. You guys are awesome. And Scythe, they're going to look for their 4th pick now. They do probably need another support here for the trial lane, assuming Nyx goes to the offlane. And against the Shadow Shaman, Luna, not the easiest trial lane for Nyx Assassin with a Chen in the jungle who can potentially smoke gank him. But definitely a possible one. And they go Brewmaster of all heroes, so I'll have to see if this will be in the mid lane with Nyx in the offlane, because that means Lifestealer is pretty much your only source of damage output, which to me is a bit of a concern. Unless they really get off to a good start and manage to take lots of good team fights. But they're probably looking at RRQ thinking they're going to go for some 5-man push with Luna, Shaman, Chen. Good pushing heroes, good heroes to stick as 5. You want to have some way to actually initiate into them. And that's where Brewmaster comes into play. You blink, clap, ulti. Try and force the Shadow Shaman to pop wards before he gets to your base. So he's using them defensively, not actually in a team fight. And the other thing is Scythe don't have to run Nyx as an offlaner. They can pick up some actual damage output from something like a Nature's Prophet if they decide they need some actual more DPS semi-carry potential on their team. Nature's Prophet actually not picked up. We saw that getting prioritized in the Titan vs. Execration series. We got first picked in Game 2 and 3, and Game 1 I believe it was banned out in the first stage. So, alright.
5 seconds
We'll get things almost underway here. A couple more picks and bans coming out. Dragon Knight, the last ban, as a potential mid-hero. Let's do it. Pull out the sniper, please. I want to see that Koala Sniper. RRQ on. What have you got? They're actually playing with a stand-in. YPRM. I'm not sure who's he standing in for. Let's have a quick... I'm trying to think who's meant to be that 5th player for them. It's typically... They've got NFR, Koala. Is it Minerva? I think Minerva's missing. Yeah. I think Minerva's the one missing here in this game. Unless they're having some like just roster changes or what it may be. Don Juan's been playing with this team for a while, but a couple of weeks ago he was playing as a stand-in. So it looks like now Don Juan's an official player on this team. And they go Shadow Fiend last, so I have to see exactly who's going to grab their hands on the Shadow Fiend. But that's going to be your mid-hero. Pretty solid mid-hero to get. He does just fine against the Brewmaster. Especially if he gets some early souls there. Brewmaster has to really like apply the pressure right from the get-go if he wants to stop SF getting out of control. And being on the Radiant side, SF has access to his own jungle. Can easily get those stacks going. So even if there's ganks and rotations coming his way, he can just play very passive, back off, stack your big camp, and then go farm that later on in the game. So they've got plenty of options. And Scythe, last pick, a Dazzle. So there's your other support. Dazzle! And it's going to be a Dazzle, AA, Lifestealer trial. And you got 2 ranged heroes, both with some good solid range to go combine with the Chilling Touch. You got a slow, well, a potential slower initiation from a Lifestealer. Not the best slow at early levels. And he's going to be the Don Juan Shadow Fiend. I've seen this guy play Shadow Fiend before, and he definitely a play to look out for on that hero. Great carry player, that's for sure. And we'll see what exactly RRQ look to do. Their lane's fairly predictable. As for Scythe, they've got a few more options up their sleeve, but I imagine we go towards... We'll see Miracles on the Brewmaster. He's going to be possibly just going into the mid lane and putting Pelosin onto the Lifestealer. So a bit of a slight role switching. Normally Miracle on that carry, but if it's not the Rat Dota carry, if it's not a Morphling, if it's not a Naga Siren, I guess he picks it up. Especially being a micro here. Miracle has I mean, to be able to play those kind of heroes, you need micro. Split pushing Naga Siren, you send those illusions 4-5 different directions. You need to be able to micro pretty well.
Prepare for
He's
battle.
one of those players who is very versatile. I mean, everyone kind of remembers his Wisp play back from the TI qualifiers. His Wisp was suddenly brought out by First Departure and managed to come up with some massive plays. So Miracle says, I'll handle the Brewmaster, and possibly heading towards that. Is he going to go mid? He's got a Magic Stick first, which I'm surprised he go Magic Stick against Shadow Fiend. Obs. Imba. Thanks, Don Juan. Do they not? Oh, okay, he's got obs. Writing messages to the viewers. We'll introduce our two teams. Scythe going for a 5-man smoke gang. We're going to have Hannah playing the Nyx Assassin. He's your offlane player. Miracle looking like he's geared up for a solo mid Brewmaster. He's going to find out Koala here in the jungle. He backs off though. No initiation there. Pelosin going to be playing the Lifestealer. We've got 0-0 or X-Freedom playing the Dazzle. We've got Chibix playing the Ancient Apparition, and that's going to be your tri-lane. Well, for Scythe. Over on the Radiant side is going to be Team RRQ, Rex, Regum, Kion. We've got Koala playing the Carry Luna. We've got Blue. What's his name? I'm having problems reading names. These bloody lights. Johanna playing the Shadow Shaman. Let me turn these lights off quickly, guys, so I can actually read names on the screen. Oh, it's so much better. We've got the stand-in, YPRM playing the Chen. We've got Batrider, NFR. He's going to be handling the off-lane here, and he picks up a haste rune to start things off, and then finally, it's going to be Shadow Fiend in the mid lane by Don Juan, and this makes sense. That's why you go Magic Stick. He's 1v1 against the Batrider. Batrider with a haste rune. Can he get this kill? He's going to chase him down. He's got lots of nade pumps here. Miracle's in trouble here. He's going to get backup, though, from Chibix. Without that backup, it's pretty much a first blood. And if I wants to keep going back in, a couple more harass, I think he actually missed one of those uphill, unfortunately. And they give Lifestealer the dual lane mid. It's going to be an AA Lifestealer dual lane against a Shadow Fiend, so interesting lanes coming out from Scythe. Off lane dual lane with a Nyx Assassin Dazzle. Johanna taking a lot of damage under the tower here. Force back, and he's going to maybe just look to go for a bit of a pull action. And that's for mid SF versus this dual lane, and that's not too big a deal for him, not too much to worry about. But Miracle is staying in the safe lane, so you're a safe lane farming player. Not on a traditional safe lane farming hero, but he's in that safe lane. He hasn't got the supports there with him, but he should do it right in this 1v1 matchup. Magic Stick, plenty of tangos. And could look to rush maybe that bottle still, even as a safe lane farmer. Getting bottle against in this kind of a matchup, not too bad. You can push out the wave using clap. Check the rune every couple of minutes, because Lifestealer is not going to go for a bottle, and that's where Brewmaster can spam clap a bit, get a bottle, and then go get those runes if they do happen to spawn top. Well, Chen now, early Centaur. He's going to be up in the jungle for the time being. Probably look to help out this SF once he's needed a bit later on. But for now, Dazzle is going to come out, contest this pull here, gets a bit of harass off onto the Shadow Shaman, who has used up most of his HP regen here, and Dazzle doesn't get that last hit. Shadow Shaman getting that one, looking for a Shackles, but unfortunately, I think he was hoping the creeps would start attacking the Dazzle, and maybe he goes for a Shackle, but either way, I don't think he was getting that kill, and Luna farming pretty well this bottom lane. Well, top lane, Batrider, 5 and 1 CS, so no one's really pulling ahead as far as these lanes and CSs go. SF even at the mid lane, he's got just the one single last hit, so he's actually having the roughest time of any of these heroes on the map, and you wouldn't expect this lane to go too well. He's actually been spending most of this mid lane harassing Pelosin, who's already very low, but he's got salve, tangos, plenty to actually heal himself back up, and it looks like he will use that salve just now. Bottom lane, there's an Impale coming out. Koala, I think that Impale actually being dodged, maybe just seeing the Shadow Shaman. He did use the Shackles there, and meanwhile Chen, he's still getting a bit of a stack off here, so this will just be for later on, help out the SF maybe. Maybe hoping to get a bit of a better creep here. The Tornado actually going to slow down Chibix as well, so do a decent amount of damage here. First blood actually happens top lane though, that's Miracle going down. Batrider sniping him out. And Brewmaster doing a lot there. Meanwhile, bottom lane 0-0, X-Freedom in trouble. He's going to go look for the Roshan deny. One more right click from Johanna. He needs to get the Roshan aggro, not going to get it. You got to just keep running, man. You can't try attack. You run right into that Roshan. Give him a big high five. Give him a big, nice, warm, cuddly hug. But no, he went for the right click, and Shadow Shaman managed to catch up to him, and not exactly. I think he must have misclicked. He was probably trying to click the ground by Roshan and accidentally clicked Roshan, and then he cancelled the attack as well to make it even worse. So 2 kills early on, go the way of RRQ. Shadow Shaman picking up 1. That helps him out, get some good much-needed experience. The farm as well. Shadow Shaman, a very farm-dependent support hero, as well as can benefit a lot from the levels. And speaking of bottles, not just Miracle going for 1. NFR picks up 1 with his boots here. 10 goes up. Probably look to use these bottles here. Miracle needs to be careful because he's now a full half a level, almost full level behind. Meanwhile, melee SF could be in trouble here. 1 or 2 more right clicks will finish him off. Lifestealer gets the last hit under the tower. The boot's helping him out for that one. Harpy comes in, but it's too late. The kill, the damage has already been done, and not exactly what RRQ were hoping for to start things off here. The Clap is going to come top lane. Miracle could be in trouble. There's 5 stacks, and he's still in range for this one. The Napalm's going to keep slowing him down even further. This is going to be a second kill at top lane. What a disaster. Miracle, the star player of this Scythe team, feeding himself 0-2 to start things off. A very tricky matchup for him, and he's just been overly aggressive, it looks like, pushing out so far in this lane. And Dazzle was also not nearby. Also has level 1 Poison Touch. Is level 2, so could level up the Grave. He's saving that skill point for now. See what he needs, but Batrider gets the kill, says, thank you very much. I'm level 6 now. I'll head back home. Has 1k gold. Could be looking at like a 6-7 minute Blink Dagger at this rate. That's huge for this Batrider. Well, elsewhere, it looks like the AA and Lifestealer are going to join up once again and continually getting harassed by this Harpy. And you look at this Lifestealer, he's not doing all too well, even with a kill. He's got 13 CS only, and he's being zoned out of this lane. Bringing more regen, has a salve as well as his first blade, so we'll be trying to rush some phase boots here. Rune gets taken by Dazzle, will return to top lane. He'll be met there by a Batrider soon, who is level 6, so Miracle trying to get level 6 himself. May look for a kill on Batrider with the Dazzle. He can get his level 6 Primal Split. Could be looking for some damage to be dealt. In the other lanes, we've got the top farmer. That is Luna. Koala in the bottom lane. He's doing pretty well here. As things stand, RRQ with a very, very advantageous position here in the early game. Sure, your SF's not doing great mid, but SF's such a great catch-up farmer. They haven't stacked too many camps by the looks of things. Okay, there's one of your stacks. He could be stacking this himself whenever he feels his lane isn't safe, but looks like he's just going to farm this Mud Golem's normal. He can't raise this down, but he can sure as hell right-click it down. SF with plenty of damage to do so. Top lane, NFR. Realizing he can't be as aggressive maybe now that the Dazzle's back. And, well, Dazzle going for a bit of a pull here. NFR can look to go in and contest this one. We'll have to see if he manages to do so. Probably just look for a couple. Gets, ooh, misses that last hit. Goes and gets the second one. So this has been stacked up, so that actually works in the Batrider's favor. Especially, yeah, he's just going to go straight up and farm it using the Firefly. Dazzle is going to come in to contest it. Looks like he doesn't realize it's going on. No, he's coming in now. He can at least get the experience for this. NFR, he's got 2 bottle charges, will be okay. Gets Poison Touch here. The bottle will heal him up for a bit longer, then the Poison Touch damage kicks in. And meanwhile in the jungle here, it looks like Stack still presenting himself for this Shadow Fiend to use to catch up later on. Probably wait for his level 7, level 4 raises. He's got, what, Boots bottle? Yeah. Not the best farm in the world. And Batrider going to leave the top lane. Firefly on cooldown. Rune spawning in 5 seconds. A good time to go. Just go for a little walk around. See if you can get hopefully get the 6-minute top rune. And he will get a regen. So back top he goes. And he's going to be level 7. So a full level ahead of Miracle. Good news for Miracle is he is level 6 though. Does have that Primal Split available. But with just a level 1 Poison Touch and Primal Split, you're not killing this Batrider. He can Firefly over the trees, off the ledge. And should be able to get himself out of there. But we'll look towards bottom lane now. Hannah actually has an offlane Nyx. Did start with a dual lane here with the Dazzle, but he's managed to get himself up to level 6, so he's actually got plenty of experience. Almost has Arcane Boots even, so he's actually done really well as far as offlane goes. Mid lane, there's another dive on Don Juan. Shadow Fiend will be brought down here. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a TP coming in. This is your Brewmaster going to look for a clap. Ulti misses the clap, though. The Shackles is there as well. Lucifer Beam, followed up by an Eclipse. Absolute destruction. Down goes your Brewmaster. He couldn't get off the Primal Split. It's going to be a double kill. Oh, or will it be? Koala's got no mana. He needs a right click. He's not going to find it. The Ether Shock is looking for Hannah. You've dived too far, Johanna. Get out of there. Abort! Abort! Abort mission! TP! TP! Here comes your AA. Not going to be there in time. Should have thrown the Ice Blast. Didn't find him. Oh, man. That was so bad for a Scythe, though. Even though the Nyx doesn't survive. Miracle. TP's in. He got too greedy there. He waited to go for the clap. Misses the clap on Koala. And then couldn't get off the Primal Split. I also don't know if he saw that Koala was level 6. I think Koala had maybe only just hit level 6. Got the Eclipse online. And oh boy, it was too late by then. And there we go. 7-minute Blink Dagger coming up. Pops a regen rune. Going to TP towards mid. He's looking for a Blink Lasso. This could be Pelosin's death. There's double raises ready. And I don't think this lifesteal's ready for it. There's no high ground vision. It's 7 minutes in. That means your first observers have just expired. There's your Blink Lasso. 1 raise. 2 raise. Dead. Easy pickings for RRQ. Great play from them. Don Juan, he's back in the game now. Venture back into the jungle. Farm some of these stacks here. Managed to already farm all these other neutral camps. So, ooh. Mid lane, no, they actually want this T1 tower. At least maybe do some pot shots to it. Not bad at all. RRQ going to finish off the siege creep there and start casting some tornadoes and see what they can find here. There is a rotation from Hannah. He's got level 6 Vendetta. Problem is, this line here, you can't Vendetta past the tower without getting seen. He misses the Impale. The Ice Blast also off the mark. Uh-oh. Hannah could be in trouble. He does have a level 1 Carapace. He'll maybe pop this afterwards. A Shadow Fiend nearby as well. Wants to get these raids. The Hex on Hannah will help get the kill. Actually, Grave going to keep him alive. They're already using the Carapace. NFR now on the run has used the Firefly. And Miracle wants to get involved. He's still got the Primal Split, but unable to really get in close. He needs a Blink Dagger at this point in the game, and he's still quite a long ways off it. And the entire time, Koala's just like, guys, I'll farm. I got this. Possibly even a tier 1 tower. RTP's going to come in. Luna going to keep hitting this tower. And this tower's going to go down one way or another. Will it get denied or last hit? Looks like it's being last hit. No Glyph. And Glyph, yeah, on cooldown for another about 15 seconds. So that's a big pickup for Luna, who was already our top farmer and now gets a tower on top of that. Shadow Shaman, ooh, so close to level 6. He was hoping for that level 6 there, and once we get Serpent Wards, then towers will fall that much easier. Miracle's had a rough game so far. He needs to wake up. These Southeast Asian teams are not used to playing games this early. This series started around like 2:30 p.m. Normally the Southeast Asian teams play at like 8 to 9 p.m. They play really late in the evening, and maybe Miracle's like just woken up and just not really warmed up. They were also waiting around. The game did start late because the previous best of 3 went so long. And then there was a 10-minute break before this series. So it did start late. So maybe he was just not quite in the zone. Didn't properly warm up or get a chance to practice because he was just waiting for the previous game. Probably watching the previous series. He's rusty so far. 2 solo kills to the Batrider and then that TP in the bottom lane. Nyx Assassin has Vendetta back up. May look for another engagement here towards the mid lane. There's a sentry there waiting. They're already ready for this Nyx Assassin. Don Juan, he's up to 51 last hits, taking over the CS chart lead, although a lot of those are neutrals. You can see Luna leading the net worth, but that's actually with a tower, so uh-oh. Shadow Shaman, rotation in through the river, and they're going to catch him out, but that's a pretty inconsequential kill. Not something they're going to worry too much about, although they'd love to go for a cannon push while the push is going top. Unfortunately, they won't have Serpent Wards for mid lane. They have Chen, who does have a couple creeps, also building towards that mech, and meanwhile bottom lane, Luna, going for some split push of her own. Alright, Tornado goes out, and I think they'll at least look to do some damage here. Batrider's looking for any pick-off he can find. And they're going to pop the Vendetta. Have they got detection? Looks like the detection not quite nearby. Nyx Assassin not in range for this one. The Central is here, though. He almost walks into it. Not going to walk into range. Top tier 1 tower. Not even taking any damage yet. Nyx Assassin tries to go and misses the Impale on Chen. That would have been a kill if he lands that one. And now there's a blink. There's a lasso. They've caught out Hannah. The Carapace going to wear off now. Hannah could be in some trouble here. Raze is going to flow as is a Flame Break. Not enough damage on Hannah just yet. But now the Carapace on cooldown. The Raze is going to land for a second time. Hannah gets low. Help. Healed up by a Shadow Wave. This is a 3-point Shadow Wave heal. So decent chunk of heal. And Miracle says, guys, I'm not coming to the fights. I want my Blink Dagger. I'm going to farm top. Try to get this tower. Ice Blast going to get thrown mid. Yeah, Hannah going to be a bit careful here. Don't think it's going to be on the mark though. Just clips Batrider with the Ice Blast effect, but doesn't actually get any damage off. Alright. Oh, Brewmaster. He's hit level 8 now, 2 points in the Drunken Haze, so always interesting to see what builds Brewmasters go for. The Drunken Haze, normally you just go for the 1 point and level up your Drunken Brawler, but we're not seeing that exact build here, and he's got his Blink Dagger after this creep wave, so Miracle should be ready to get a bit more involved in these fights, but Serpent Wards on the mid lane, Shadow Fiend pushing this one down, need an AA Ice Blast, and it's on cooldown for 2 seconds, tower will go down, SF even outlasts his own teammates Serpent Wards to get that, so he's up to 2k gold, treads, and could pick up a Blink Dagger as well if he wants to. A Blink SF, first item is actually pretty nice, so maybe what he wants to go for. Chen finds a Centaur, be hitting level 6, and oh, Nyx. What's he gonna find? What's he gonna find? He finds, well, 4 heroes. Batrider's up top, and Nyx thinks better of it. He ventures back towards his own team. Has got the Arcane Boots up. And he's going to join up with his team. The one thing we've seen, the supports this game, but a lot of farm and levels. Like AA, Arcane Boots, level 7 already. Dazzle, a bit under level and under farm, but you look towards the Radiant supports, they're doing really well. Your Shadow Shaman hitting about to level 7. Your Chen hitting level 6, getting close to a mech as well. He's got Buckler plus Headdress, just 700 away from the mech. And Get another tower or two, they'll be looking pretty good, but it looks like Scythe. They've got an infest bomb on your Brewmaster just as he picks up the Blink Dagger. I like this. They're behind and they know it. A good 5k gold behind, and they decide that this Blink Dagger timing is as good a time as any to fight. They'll have a Blink Infest Lifestealer, a Brewmaster who can Blink, Clap, and hopefully get Primal Split off. He may just have to instantly Primal Split, because if he gets hexed in between using Clap and Primal Split, he could theoretically go down right off the bat. Oh, they found Batrider going to Firefly, but it's too late. He's going to go down instantly. Can they find anyone else? Primal Split already being used here. Mana Burn going to come out as well. Needs it in an Impale, but it's on cooldown. The Vendetta damage even being used. Luna going to throw a Lucent Beam. In a bit of trouble here. Ice Blast followed by a Boulder Toss, and Koala taking a lot of damage on the tower. Doesn't have a BKB, just the Ogre Club for the extra HP. And now there's a Yules up on the Chen here, coming out from the Storm Panda. And now he's going to get clapped as well. Brought down as well to follow. 3 RRQ heroes go down. Great timing from the gank as Scythe find 3. And that was a perfectly timed smoke gank. They knew that they were well behind and they had to make something happen. They couldn't sit back and farm. Their carry is non-existent when you've got a Lifestealer. Lifestealer is your only real carry option, and then a Brewmaster as like a kind of team fight hero. Same for the Nyx Assassin. They've got to fight. They can't let Luna and Shadow Fiend farm. RRQ heavily beat Scythe in the late game, and that's where they say, okay, we've got to fight now, because if you're behind 5k gold early on and you've got worse late game, where's your comeback? Your comeback's going to come from fighting as soon as possible. They team fight now, and they'll look to continue to team fight pretty much for the next 10-20 minutes of the game. They'll fight whenever this Primal splits up. They'll use these Infest ganks as much as possible. And even without the Primal Split, you can Infest this Brewmaster and still look to engage just with a Blink Clap. You've got the slow from the Drunken Haze. He's still leveling it up. This movement speed slow only increases by a small margin, but that extra bit of slow does help out regardless. And also it's mischance. Put that on the Shadow Fiend or Luna, and suddenly their right-click damage in the team fight, gone. So, Scythe, after that good fight, yeah, no, that's a big dip as well. Bigger than I would have expected. 2.5k gold swing they get. They did get a tower as well. Yeah, tower as well as the kill, so that's where the extra gold came from, the tower included. And looking for more action in the mid lane. Don Juan, he's trying to rush that BKB. Could be in trouble trying to dodge the Impale. He can't do it with the Ice Vortex there. Poison Touch, Impale to follow. Ice Blast. Don Juan just gets burst down. There's a clap coming out from Miracle. He waddles in to get that one. And nicely played by Scythe. They had a slow, shaky start, but they get back into it. RRQ do get a trade at top lane. Luna getting a tier 1 tower with the help of the Serpent Wards. Chen up here as well. They really need this Chen mech. Sure, you can't use the mech against the AA Ice Blast, but you wait for it to wear off or you pop it before the Ice Blast hits. It just gives you that extra potential heal. Oh, there's another blink. They're looking for a clap here. Johanna, he's trying to hide in the trees. He hasn't been spotted. He's going to try and wrap around. He's not going to manage to do so. He doesn't have the Serpent. Primal Split gets used as well. That'll be a dead Shadow Shaman. There's the Primal Split as well as an Infest used for it. So if Shadow Shaman's the only loss, RRQ, they can live with that. Unfortunately, it looks like they may lose more. Batrider does get the blink out. Chen gets thrown up in the air. The Storm Panda helping out with the Lexra lockdown. There was a Great being used on the AA here. Eclipse also thrown out. I think that was Eclipse forcing that one. Shadow Shaman buying back as well. They're looking for this AA Ice Blast onto Koala, taking a lot of damage here. The Cold Feet, is it going to lock? It looks like it will lock Koala. He's going to be okay though. There's no follow-up damage. Pelosin now in the fray with Miracle backing up. No mana for a clap here. Shadow Fiend, Rakuma Soul gets thrown out. Pelosin still chasing. He's got the heals from the Dazzle. There's a Hex. He will be brought down in the end. NFR doing so much damage with this Firefly. Gets himself a double kill. Now he blinks after. He wants more. He's got a sticky Napalm. He's out of mana though. Looks like Freedom should be able to get out of here. Maybe not. There's a Lucent Beam. Two more right clicks. Heals himself one. Clap to follow. The Ether Shock going to get the kill. There's a Shackles now as well, I believe. Miracle in all sorts of trouble. Koala out of mana. Is going to be able to get another kill. It's a complete team wipe in the mid lane. What a disaster here. AA respawns but did die in that fight. We'll look for an Ice Blast, maybe? Shadow Fiend's low. He's actually not been spotted. He'll farm bottom lane. AA, man. You see that guy bottom? Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1? No, he's not. He's thinking, I want to D-ward. He's not going for the kill. Sad days, and what a bad fight for Scythe. Especially when they've got a lineup which is not going to go well late game. They cannot afford to have bad team fights like that. What is this? This Asian Chen mustache going on? This is like old man Chen with some weird mustache. Uncommon facial hair. I've never seen this Chen. There's a Chen mustache cosmetic. I did not know that existed. Looks like a little goatee. He's got the goatee Chen going on. I love finding these cosmetics you don't know exist. I can't believe that's uncommon. I feel like that should be a mythical item. That's a pretty awesome Chen cosmetic. Well, nice things stand. RRQ, 10 kills to 8. Now, the gold graph goes back up in their favor, where it once was and more. But a 6k gold lead in RRQ's favor, and this is an important way to set the tempo. This is a grand final, but just a best of 3, not a full best of 5 series. Kind of like this. Best of 5s can kind of drag a bit and doesn't put as much importance on a single match. But in the best of 3, every single match means that little bit more. Especially if you're suddenly going into game 2, down a game and just fighting for your tournament lives. And that's where the loser of this game 1 will be in our grand finals. Well, for now, Scythe looking just to farm up their own Ancients. They want to get this armlet up on the Lifestealer before they try and do too much more. Miracle's farming a lot better now. Well, he got a really slow blink, but suddenly he's got Point Booster, 1k gold. He is halfway to his Aghanim Scepter. Problem is, Shadowfiend's got his BKB. Luna, BKB just 500 gold away, so... Well... Still got to worry for Scythe. They're trying to hit this level 11 on Miracle. Then they probably go for another Infest, maybe another Smoke Gank. I think that's what they want to try and do. Hits level 11. Is there a smoke? Yeah, there's a smoke up and ready on the Dazzle. We'll probably push up one more creep wave, and then we look towards another Smoke Gank with the Infested Brewmaster. And Miracle needs to kind of save his mana here. Maybe look to clap regardless, but for now, RRQ just farming their own jungle. They've completed the 4-stuff on Batrider, so if he gets engaged on, he can use that 4-stuff, and they're not going to go for the Smoke Gank. They're actually going to go into the Roche Pit. Interesting choice. You get the Chilling Touch out. That means it's on cooldown. That's a level 4 Chilling Touch, not up for a potential team fight. Be a bit careful with this one. As looks like RRQ don't have a clue, or they just don't want to fight this one. Team fighting into a level 2 Brewmaster ultimate. Even like a Nyx Assassin who's getting some levels until they've got the BKB on Luna as well. Probably not saying they want to do it. And there we go. BKB now up on Luna, but it's a bit too late. They were so close to this BKB that they decided, look, we'll give them... Well, even if they knew Roche was going on, they're saying, hey, look, we give it up. We'll just fight when we have our BKB. Or maybe they just completely got blindsided by this.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
There'd been 5 Scythe heroes missing for so long that I imagine they did have a pretty good idea. And Scythe now. Point Booster picked up by AA. Will be building towards the Ag Scepter. They haven't got the best late game lineup, but they'll get the items that best can scale them towards the late game. Your AA Ag Scepter. You get your Ag Scepter on your Brewmaster. Lifesteal will go towards his Armlet, probably into something like an Abyssal Blade. Uh-oh, mid lane. There was a Blink attempted lasso, and not going to find anyone by the looks of things. I think it was a fast response to Miracle. His Blink on cooldown, so I imagine that was a Blink retreat in response to the Batrider, who's still hunting. Illusion's being deployed, and well, Batrider should realize these are fake. Oh, Blink lasso. He's caught out Hannah here. Wants to bring down the Nyx Assassin. There's an AI Blast. That one's going to be on point. Catches out the Batrider, as well as Johanna on the Shadow Shaman. They lose 2 instantly. Nyx kept alive. Serpent Lords will finish him off in the end here. BKB Shadowfiend on the high ground here. Luna comes in with an Eclipse, doing a decent amount of damage here. 2 for 2 trade only so far. Chen, the mech is now up. There's a hand they've got as well. You got to use these heals, Chen. Throws the hand they've got up. Doesn't have mana for the mech. The Primal Split about to wear off. It looks like Lifesteal will finish off the Chen. We had 3 for 2 trade in the end here. Both carries on the Radiant side stay alive, but the kills they got, not very important ones. So, good fight going the way of Scythe. And that's the Armlet. Up on Lifesteal, he didn't even have to use the Aegis. And the Aghanim Scepter from Miracle, very close all of a sudden. Alrighty. Don Juan with a gem. I think, was that a recovered gem or just a recently... I'm not sure, I didn't see. You guys on the chat probably saw if it was recently picked up. But he's got the gem now. Anything to help deal with this Nyx Assassin, as well as get map control. Like, they were playing very blind. That's where they couldn't contest Roshan. They didn't have the vision they needed. If they had vision, they were denying... If Scythe don't have vision, they don't go for it. Because they had an Observer Ward and Sentry up. They knew it was pretty safe to go for it. They could see anyone coming in. The only main concern is a smoke gank, but... They had the good positioning advantage with Brewmaster on the high ground with a Primal Split. And this same Brewmaster, Aghanim Scepter is suddenly going to be completed. So he's recovered so well. Starts off 0-2 in lane to the Batrider, then TP's bottom goes 0-3. Since then, he's what? 1-1, has had 6... He was 0-3 and 0, without a kill or an assist. Since then, he's 1 kill, 1 death, and 6 assists. And he's going to have an Aghanim Scepter at 22 minutes in with the Blink Dagger. So he has recovered fantastic. The bait's being set at bottom lane with Koala on the Luna. Does hit level 14, so Max Moonglaive, Max Luna Blessing, and NFR are going to look for a pick-off here around the side on the edge here. No one here. They dropped the Serpent Wards. I think this is just going to be sacked. Let's Brewmaster and get him with the TP. Maybe he does. He's going to TP up. Good TP on the front line, but an immediate Hex could potentially ruin his day. They glyph it, but they're not defending it. They're going to give it up. They're going to look for a trade in mid lane side. And the question is, can they get this? With Brewmaster coming... Actually, Brewmaster's not there just yet. He's still sitting at base. Tier 1 mid tower. Going to get down to the deny range. Here comes your Shadow Shaman. No Blink Dagger up on him. Lifesteal on the foreground. He's got Aegis if he wants to try and get this last hit on the tower, but I imagine we see this get denied. Either way, Scythe just make sure that the tower does go down. That's #1 priority. Get the tower. If you can get the last hit, great, but if not, it's still good. It's just one of those important positional towers to bring down. It's the closest tower to Roshan for the Radiant team, and just closest tower in general when you want to back up, if you buy back or want to just help out your team in a team fight on the other side of the map. Infest into the next Shadow Fiend. Need to start off with an Impale here. They're going to catch out the Shadow Fiend. He walks into all these heroes. BKBs immediately TPs. Nothing to cancel it. Could have gone for a BKB ulti, but I think realizing none of his teammates were nearby, and that's where he's like, okay, TP the smart move, and good split-second reactions there. Some Shadow Fiends may have looked for the ulti, and that probably would have been... He would have been the death of him. The right-click damage, even in BKB form, is there. Lifesteal with an armlet and more, so... Makes a smart decision, and... Yeah, looking at this team, nothing to go through a BKB Shadow Fiend to disable or lock him down. Until Lifestealer gets a bash. And he's almost got that basher. Scythe want to go for a push here. They've got the Aegis, still with a good 3-4 minutes left on it, and feeling like they can actually go for this, but Pelosin taking a lot of damage on the foreground. NFR is Firefly now on cooldown, though. And hey, Pelosin took all that damage. He gets immediately healed up, earned up, Shadow Waved up, and he'll be good to go once again. Just keep chipping away at this tower. I say keep chipping away. They've only done 90 damage to it, not even 90. They'll start working on it now. And while in the foreground here, they're going to miss the Impale. He pops a BKB up. You don't want to focus too much on Pelosin here. There's a Primal Split being used by the Brewmaster. It looks like RRQ just going to back off. Happy with the BKB use on the Luna. Now may look to re-engage, especially with Primal Split about to wear off. They do glyph this, and I think we will see RRQ try and go in here. The Shadow Fiend, actually Chen, actually sitting above. Shadow Fiend being teal. Shadow Fiend's top lane. He's not even at this fight. He's going to TP in. They want to try and take this fight. There's no slows or lockdown here. 4 stuff in as well. There's a blink. There's possibly a lasso as well, but Batrider just gets burst down. Terrible way to start the fight. They're going to lose the Shadow Shaman as well. Does cast the Serpent Ward here. Miracle taking some decent damage. Eclipse comes out from the Luna, who doesn't have BKB up, but doesn't seem to matter. They bring down the Aegis here. Miracle, he's been graved up, and looks like Koala may have overextended. He's going to be brought down on the foreground here. RRQ just not the best initiation coming in from them. Chen's going to be the 4th hero to take a fall. Make it 5 if Shadow Fiend goes down. He goes down. Gem on the ground as well. Nyx Assassin narrowly escaping with less than 100 HP, less than 100 mana. Tier 2 tower will go down, and Scythe, they're 5k gold behind, but their teamfight's scary, and this is where RRQ should not be teamfighting. They're ahead. They should just trade farm, trade towers, not try and engage into a team who has a Brewmaster with an Aghanim Scepter, a Lifestealer with an Aegis. They're just fighting a team who are pretty much at the peak of their strength. Scythe's late game is not that good. Their teamfight around the 20 to 30 minute mark is incredible, though. And that's what you should not be fighting. Now, you've given them gold, you've given them farm, you've given them items like this Aghanim Scepter on your Ancient Apparition, and suddenly, these fights get that much harder. AI Splash will hit the Batrider at the mid lane. This Batrider's just not had the best... I mean, I'm going to criticize him just because of how... It makes it easier to criticize him because of how well he did in the laning stage. He crushed Miracle. He won that 1v1 matchup so well, but his mid-game initiations... He's just been getting caught out. Like, he tries to go in. If he doesn't get an instant lasso, Scythe turn on him and burst him down. They throw an open wound. He needs like a BKB, and that's what he's working on. But until he gets that BKB, he's proven to be very squishy, and he's not able to find the fast pickoffs. That's really the big thing with Batrider without BKB. You've got to blink, instantly lasso, and instantly 4-staff away. He's kind of like 4-staff forward or blink forward, search around for a second, then maybe grab someone. He's never... Even that last one, he didn't even grab anyone, so... RRQ just unable to find the good initiations. That's what's coming down to. When you've got 2 carry heroes, Shadow Fiend and Luna, both kind of just right-click heroes with some good... I mean, they've got nuke damage as well, but you need a good initiation. And that's... Batrider's their only initiation, really. Shadow Shaman, no Blink Dagger, picks up a Staff of Wizardry to go for a 4-staff. They need a good Batrider, Blink, Lasso, 4-staff out of there, and they're just not getting it. It's really too much pressure to be on Batrider's shoulders. This is where you often... If you see these 2 core lineups, one of them is normally like a tankier core hero, like your Slaughter, your Lifestealer type heroes. But with 2 kind of right-click ranged heroes, neither of which has much disable, doesn't have slows, it puts a lot of pressure on this Batrider to get perfect initiations off. And uh-oh, Chen, he's being spotted, he's being pinked here. They're not going to go from it. Looks like they're going to maybe swing towards top lane. Miracle Looking for a blink in. Not going to find it here. Batrider goes in with the blink lasso. We went on the Nyx Assassin and Nyx pops the Carapace though, and it's going to be the death of the Nyx Assassin as well as Batrider. 1-point trade so far. BKB being used by the Shadow Fiend. Focuses down the Fire Panda. We'll move on to the Storm Panda. The Earth Panda has escaped for now. That Earth Panda so tanky compared to these other two. We're killing off the Primal Split Warriors until you get like really late game and get tons of right-click damage. Just not really possible. And now the tier 2 top goes down, so Scythe get themselves some more towers. They can now look to think about Roshan, which is up in about 2 minutes time. Lifestealer infests away. He does get the rage off. This Eclipse doing a bit of damage. Not quite enough to bring down Miracle just yet. He will end up going down. Luna finishing him off. The chase is now on. Lifestealer has got a TP. No rage now. He may think about a rage, but he gets hexed up. Well, that's the Dazzle getting hexed up. He'll get focused down. Lifestealer will be left to escape. Did use the drum. Does have phase boots as well, so chasing him down, not really possible. AA ultimate off the mark. Just was hoping for maybe a bit of a further chase, but RRQ, they're still in this game. Like, whatever happens, like, they've always got that thought in their mind. Look, our late game is just so much better. Always going to have that better ultra late game. So, they're going to try looking to farm towards that. Shadow Fiend, he's going to be up to 2.3k gold. Can pick up a Manta Style fairly soon. And Chivix with a gem now on himself. That's the Radiant gem though. That was the Shadow Shaman's gem from earlier this game. Level 2 Ice Blast as well. And looking at our golden experience, it's still RRQ favored as far as the gold goes. XP though, this is Scythe, surely. Oh, maybe not. It was Scythe until that last couple kills. Scythe are up by 2.5k gold. They lose a fight and then suddenly it's RRQ up by 2.5k experience. Life still getting close to an Abyssal Blade, and that's what you really are waiting for Scythe. Have a stun which can go through the SF BKB Requiem, not to mention the Luna's BKB. They've got lockdown which can then reliably go through, and Lifesteal can do a lot of damage in a team fight with this Abyssal Blade. He's going to have to become like a top target for RRQ, and if Scythe get this next Aegis, then RRQ could be in trouble for the next team fight or two after that. And Pelosin just happy to keep on farming this top lane. Should see that courier flying out to the secret shop fairly soon to get him an Abyssal Blade. I assume he's going for that. Sometimes you just see a Basher into Assault Cuirass. But with 2 BKB heroes on the Radiant side, I'd be very surprised if it's not an Abyssal Blade. And with this courier flying out, should see a Relic being picked up. Not the old Hyperstone for your Assault Cuirass, but Assault Cuirass likely to come up after the Basher. And, well, Chen leaving a creep into the Roshan pit, wanting to know exactly when this respawns. I think RRQ realized giving Lifestealer another Aegis is a recipe for disaster. They're already struggling to deal with him. They can potentially deal with him with the Shadow Shaman Hex, but... Ooh, they're actually here. Do they go for this Roshan? They've got Serpent Wands, they've got Luna. They've got decent damage output. This is a risky play, but if it pans out for them, it's great. They've already got the Serpent Wands down, so engaging for Scythe is tricky. They've got a Brewmaster, though, and that's one of the king of engages. Batrider, don't get caught out, man. Whatever you do. Serpent Wands are on cooldown. Now Brewmaster goes. Actually, Nyx Assassin blinks in. That's with a Lifestealer Infest. They'll bring down the Shadow Shaman. That's your lockdown. SF will go for Requiem of Souls. He'll kill off one of the Primal Splits here. Looking for some more Luna. Lucent Beams. Eclipse being used as well. Does get sent home. Saves his life, does the champ. But this is a lost fight for RRQ. Shadow Fiend goes down. The second Requiem coming out. And Pelosin graved up. Finishes off the Luna. Actually, Luna came back? Okay. What? Oh, died to the AA Ice Blast. Okay, I was about to say, Luna, I saw Luna dying with the text, and I was like, wait, didn't Luna get sent home? Was the case. Now Scythe, they'll get themselves a pretty easy Roshan with it already being nice and low for him. Pelosin with an open wounds, gets earned up, and, well, he's suddenly back almost full HP. Picks up the Aegis, and he's good to go. Well, and now, Brewmaster, building towards a BKB of his own. Also going to be hitting level 16, and suddenly it's Scythe in much better control of this game. 32 minutes in. He's seeing a level 3 AA ultimate soon. Nyx Assassin was just the great infest initiation in that team fight. And this is... RRQ just need these next items on their carries. They're both going for the Manta Styles, but at this point, SF and Luna are just not as scary. Like, their net worth is considerably behind the Lifestealers, and even the Brewmaster is starting to do decent damage. Has a BKB, and his level 3 Aghanim Scepter ultimate. Something to be feared. As AA does some dewarding here. RRQ just have to be very careful with how they play from here on out. Another lost team fight or two, and suddenly they're going to be losing Raxes. The Scythe, it's a similar story though. They lose a team fight or two and suddenly we're in the late game and you've got a farmed SF and farmed Luna and a BKB Batrider. That's the big thing for RRQ. This Batrider was the reason RRQ was so ahead in the early game, but at this point he's also the reason they're no longer ahead. He's had some bad initiations, hasn't managed to farm up his BKB as well. His score, 4-5-3, does not sound all that impressive, and, well, with good reason. He may have won his lane and crushed Miracle 1v1, but Scythe as a team are outplaying him and baiting him into bad initiations and bad fights. Lifesteal now.
Bottom tower
Working away on this tier 2 tower. We'll pop the rage and tier 2 tower will go down. So Manta Styles, double Manta Styles picked up. They don't want to worry about buybacks or anything like that. They realize they need these items. If they have to buy back to hold, they're probably going to end up losing regardless, just by not having any item progression. AA checks for wards on the high ground. Actually pops one up himself, and not going to see anything up there with his gem, so he knows it's been cleared. And they're picking top here, so it's maybe a signal that they don't want to actually commit to a high ground push just yet. Yeah, Nyx is going to TP top. Actually has an infested lifestealer. I think they know Luna's nearby. It's an invis Luna, though. That's the problem. And Luna looks like we'll be okay. Oh, these neutrals. Is Nyx going to come scouted out? Luna deciding to stay invis for now. Nyx going to find and grab a haste rune. Checks out the ancients, no one there. Still going to go looking, and Luna just Koala playing a very safe position here at the top lane. Not wanting to show anywhere at all. It looks like, unfortunately for Hannah, not finding anyone just yet. If he'd gone towards that top lane, may have caught out Koala. Actually, invis still up, so. Well. Now, the high ground push still has got his Aegis. He's also infested in the Nyx. If you get a good Nyx initiation, catch up one with the Nyx and the life, so they're going to go in. They go in the Batrider. He gets instantly destroyed. The A ultimate, it's going to be off the mark. The double 4-star saves his life here, but now the Abyssal Blade on the Shadow Fiend. Another 4-star coming in. 4-star gaming from RRQ. Keeps him alive. Miracle goes in. BKB clap. Pops, throws the Primal Split as well in the air. Shadow Shaman going to be the one who takes the fall. Doesn't even get off the servant ones. They've lost Aegis though. Good hold from RRQ so far. Storm Panda throws the SF up into the air. Are they going to look to sort of re-engage in this one? The Primal Split still has a bit of duration left, but I think Scythe realized they didn't kill the bat. He's still got Lasso. Let's not overextend. We've got ourselves control this game. And how many 4-star? There's 3? Yeah. Shadow Shaman, Chen, and Batrider. Every 4-star was essential that fight. The Batrider got kept alive by a double 4-star, and Shadow Fiend got kept alive by a single 4-star. If they have one less 4-star, they lose that fight. I mean, already it wasn't a great fight for them, but hey. They traded the Shadow Shaman for an Aegis. Actually, that is a great fight. What am I talking about? That was a one fight for Scythe, end of the day. But it was only a marginal... sorry, a one fight for RRQ, but only a marginal victory. Like, taking out an Aegis just buys them some time to keep farming, but still, a victory nonetheless. Luna will look to push out some lanes, get some more items up. Got your Shadow Fiend. He's got 2k gold on top of his BKB Manta. Up to see what he looks to go for. Maybe a butterfly type game. We don't really have... Lifestealer could go towards... He's going Assault Crest, so MKB, not really a consideration, at least not yet. So I think this is a good butterfly game for both the carries, although at that point, you go Butterfly, then you've got Lifestealer going MKB. Not to mention, you've got to deal with the Drunken Haze from the Brewmaster, especially when these BKBs get shorter and shorter. SF already on a 5-second BKB, Luna, 6-second BKB, and that's where RRQ, these fights have been going kind of shaky for them, and when you've got 4-second BKBs, they go a hell of a lot shakier. You've got no way to rebuy these BKBs. We're not looking at 60 minutes in and you've got 10k gold saved up. That is not the case here. These BKBs will not be rebought. You've got to buy your next big item that's not a BKB. Your butterflies, your satanic type stuff, and well, that's just going to mean that these heroes have very short duration BKBs. And Mystic Staff on Chibix. He's building towards a Hex. He's got a ton of farm here as a support hero. Yeah. And I'm going to get a Ancient stack off, and the farm continues. Vlad's picked up by Miracle, just looking to get a good, cheap, cost-effective aura item online. Why not? He's still got one item slot left, so this, I mean, sure, it's a pretty cheap item and you're one of the more farmed heroes, but you get a Boots of Travel next, and then you've got that last item slot to get something like a Refresher Orb, a Shiva's Guard. Soul Crest is, yeah, it's being produced by the Lifesteal, and speaking of which, just 200 gold away, so I think maybe with that, they've got no Aegis still. They may wait for the next Roshan respawn. Koala. It is giving like Koala, Luna, as well as the Don Juan Shadow Fiend more time to keep farming, catching up, but I still think Scythe, they're happy just to wait, even for the next Roshan if they have to. 40 minutes in almost, and they're not feeling too pressured. Well, we'll find out soon exactly how long a Roshan respawn timer we will be getting, and Luna just throws the Manta Illusions up here. We'll look to just push the lane as safely as possible. Goes in the jungle, and it's Scythe actually at mid lane. They do want to go for this push. With the Assault Crest, I think they decide that's the one item which can break them over the, tip them over the edge, get them the ability to bring down this tier 3 tower. Lifestealer can just sort of siege it from the high ground with the backup of a Brewmaster. If they want to engage, they've got the Infest, they've got the Blink Daggers. And there we go, Assault Crest is up. I'll wait for this next creep wave maybe and then look to engage. Koala positioned as far away as possible. Did go for the Talisman of Evasion, that value talisman. And SF picks up an Ultimate Orb, so I mean, I guess it's a Skadi build. Skadi nice and tanky. You also get the slow, which goes through the rage of the Lifestealer. Just giving you some good stats, armor, HP, whatever it may be. But at the same time, maybe a Lincoln's. I'm not sure. I mean, you block what? Poison Touch, a Cold Feet, maybe the Hex from an AA later on, but yeah, we'll have to see exactly what he has in mind with this Ultimate Orb. I don't think Lincoln's is going to do anything at this stage of the game. I think much more likely we see a Skadi. Although I'm not sure Skadi is the best way. I think Butterfly would give him some good damage output as well as survivability. And Scythe decide, hey, sure we just got this Assault Crest, but Roshan is respawning in the next, what, 30 seconds to 4 minutes time. So we may as well just wait for Roshan. Keep scouting it out, wait it out. AA hits level 16 now, so does have that next point in the ulti. And well, they did give time for NFR to farm a BKB on Batrider. That's the good news for the Radiant team, for RRQ. But is it going to be enough? I don't know. I mean, I've been talking all game long about RRQ having better late game. At 40 minutes in, we're in the late game, but it definitely feels like Scythe still just have the better team fight. And Lifesteal is just the stronger looking carry. He's just smashing through the SF and Luna right now. Luna and SF just like one or two, like 1.5 items short each. They need to finish like their Skadi, their Butterfly, and even then, like Luna would want like at least a Helm with a Dominator for the lifesteal. But these items just not up. They're not online. What a farmed AA though. 7, 1, and 10. I mean, that kind of tells the story. That's where he's getting that farm. And Lifestealer infested in the next Assassin. Looking for an opening to go in. Blink and 4 stuff online. He also picked up a Dagon, which is flying out now in the courier. Throws out the Vendetta hit. Realizing he's not going to be able to find anyone just at Batrider. How cheeky. He pretends he's going for a lasso, like trying to bait out spells. And he does bait out the Infest. And then he gets sent home. This is where you gotta go like Diffusal Blade. Diffuse the send back from Chen, the Test of Faith. Purge it off. And say, thank you Batrider for the free kill. A Miracle back bottom lane. He's got 700 gold. I imagine he'll get his Boots of Travel now. There's no real huge items he needs. And there we go. Roshan respawns. Into the Rosh pit they go. Pretty fast Roshan respawn. There's no way RRQ can really contest this. They're not in position. They're just not ready. And they'd rather try and just get their next item or two. Although at the same time, they also don't even know the 100% that they are Rosh. They may be considering the option that they are going for a smoke gank. But RRQ smoked themselves. They're going to be too late to the party. Roshan already down and out. And then NFR suddenly says, well, do we still look to go in? We're fighting against an Aegis here. They could catch out X Freedom, but they don't actually see him here in the trees. He pops a Firefly now. He's going to get focused down. Doesn't even get off his BKB. Batrider dead. Little good does that BKB do. Hannah getting taken out almost completely, but the Grave keeps him alive. Now the BKB from Miracle. He pops a Primal Split as it's about to wear off. There's no Eclipse from your Luna. Absolute disaster for RRQ. They'll lose the Chen on the high ground as well. And Shadow Fiend, Shadow Shaman. Those two on the run. 3-for-1 trade. Nyx did end up going down, unfortunately. And it's a godlike streak coming out. I think who actually picked that one up? Was that a Lifestealer? Yeah, Lifestealer, I believe. Yeah, on a godlike streak now. 3.3k gold. And Sellers Drums can be looking to pick up a Heart of Taras. Maybe even MKB for the Luna Evasion. But forget your next items. They're pushing high ground. They're looking to end this game. G's picked up for your Brewmaster with his Boots of Travel. He goes high ground. Lifestealer with him. The Assault Crest giving a bit of minus armor to this tower, and it looks like we will be seeing Tier 3 tower going down. Possibly Rax as well. Still 30 seconds on Luna. Is there a buyback? No, buyback on cooldown. Chen Centaur's just being annoying on the sidelines here. Tower goes down. Rax is soon to follow. There are 4 heroes alive, but they just do not want to fight. Nor really can they fight. Age is still there, and Scythe can almost just go top lane if they want. They do back off. They play things super safe here. I guess they don't have Nyx. Nyx is bottom lane, but sort of unnecessarily safe. I guess the one big worry is Batrider with a Blink, Lasso, 4 stuff like into these tier 4 towers. These things hit hard and not something you really want to be going up against. So they decide to just play it as safely as possible. Well, close in now. Probably see him sell these drums. Is it going to be... No item picked up just yet. If you want the... Well, I guess you need... If you want the heart, you need Reaver and Vitality Booster. So he doesn't have the item slot to get it all. He may as well just do it with the Courier. Could have picked up the Demon Edge if you wanted an MKB, and it's going to be a Heart of Terras, so... We'll send the Courier out to finish that one in the shop, just momentarily. No real reason I think he needs to save a buyback. With the Heart of Terras, he becomes God. However you want to look at it, he is just going to be some unkillable beast in these fights. And ooh, that's what the SF is building. Forget Skadi, he goes Hex. I mean, not a bad choice by any means, but it's like almost like a desperation choice. Like, we need the lockdown. You've got a Shadow Shaman on your team, and he doesn't stay alive in these fights. Doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have a Blink Dagger, doesn't have the farm to keep himself alive. So Shadow Fiend says, look, I'll do it all myself. I'll deal the damage, I'll do the disable, and, well, hope for the best. There's Shadow Fiend now, looking to hold this mid lane. And Scythe just waiting for the opening to pounce. If they see anyone, they could look to go in. There's a Sentry Ward on the high ground. Dodge one. Oh, he's going to be the one getting jumped up. There's an immediate impale. 4 stuff away. Going to help keep him alive a bit longer. A ultimate will go flying here. Looks like Lifestealer. He's chosen the Batrider as his target, even with his BKB up. Not going to matter. Koala forced the BKB as well. SF did manage to avoid the AA ultimate's the big thing here, but Scythe just say, sweet, we got a kill. Guess what? It's also, in some ways, the most important kill. Without Batrider, without the lasso, where's the actual lockdown? Brewmaster goes in, throws an ultimate. This is just to zone people out. He's not even looking to get kills here. His teammates are getting the Raxes at top lane. He's just throwing people up in the air, stunning them up, doing whatever he can to be annoying. Sends his Earth Spirit away from there. Will distract people using the Storm one. It gets brought down. Has another stun as well as a potential clap coming out as well in a couple seconds. And top Raxes go down. Looks like Scythe may have managed to take game number 1. They're up 4 Raxes, and at this point in the game, very little that RRQ can do. The 4-star going to keep the SF alive once again, and here we go. Lifesteal still chasing. Hand of God not going to matter when he's being caught by an Ice Blast, and that's 10 back not going to be there as well. Chen going to take a fall now as well. 4 heroes down. SF in the fountain taking damage. The Ice Blast is ticking. It's not going to tick him over, but this is GG. RRQ tap out. Game 1 of our Grand Finals goes to Scythe, Singapore, in our best of 3. Alrighty. Whew. That was a good way to start things off in our Grand Finals. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We've got ourselves we've got ourselves a best of 3. For those of you asking in the chat, the Lockless Luck Box giveaways will be done. Probably at the end of the best of 3, maybe in between. It just depends when we have time, guys, because we're going to jump right into the next game. And the giveaways do take some time to do. But big thanks to everyone for tuning in to the SEA Best of the Best Grand Finals. Brought to you by eClub, sponsored by NVIDIA, and all these luckless luck boxes we'll be giving away are being brought to you by eclubstore.com. So big thanks to eclubstore.com for providing those. And, well, that does it. Game 1's a wrap. We're going to be going into game number 2 after a quick break, guys. If we've got time, if there's going to be a break, I will do some of those giveaways, but I'm not exactly sure how much time we have. But be sure to stay tuned to be on the summit. I'm Gods, and we'll be taking a quick break. When we come back, game 2 of our Grand Finals, and we'll be live.